Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. I want to say hello to Salty Scrunt, who made it before I started, but it looks like barely, because I am actually a couple minutes early today. And I do have some exciting things to test out today. First of all, I have not really a new lamp, but I have a new bulb in my lamp that I've always used. I also forgot to turn on my other new lights that we tested yesterday, but I also have a speaker now actually on my desk and at my computer, so during streams like this where I'm playing with my Kinship and I usually have them playing through the headphones and I actually cannot hear the game audio, I will actually be able to hear that now, but I importantly don't want the audio to echo, so that is something to test. But what we're actually going to be doing today is a mix of a bunch of things, I think. I don't know exactly where it will go, but the big thing is my kin event tonight is going to be Naruhel the Red-maid, and going through that, we have our kin leader has returned. He had a little bit of a period of inactivity where the last kin event, actually, I had to lead that, and I did that during a stream that was a little bit tough to actually get going, both from the stream perspective and actually leading the group perspective, so I'm sure everybody, including myself, is happy to have him back. But that is what is going on today. I don't know if we will do any other group content. Usually we play for like 2 hours whenever we do. So there is the potential there is going to be things other than Naruhel. But one thing I did want to do is have a last look at the Spring Festival. This has been a little bit of a tough one for me in a way, just because I'm really trying to find which skill I need to use. I'll just go to Galtrap. That's a good place to go. With the Spring Festival, it's tough because I thought there would be a lot of exciting spring-like rewards, which there are, but none of them are appealing to me, so that's been a little bit tough. I feel like I set my expectations a little bit too high for the cosmetics for the Spring Festival, so it's made me not really like too much what is there. And we actually heard, so if y'all can let me know, I'm going to just use some skills. And right now the audio is good for me. It could potentially actually even turn it down, but if there is any echo, I'll be quiet for a minute so you can actually hear. Okay, if there is any echo with that, I would appreciate if y'all let me know if there are any issues or if it's completely fine. That would definitely be ideal. So to get to the festival, I think it's in the festival grounds for Breland is where everything is. I kind of forgot where it all was. There is the potential that I have a map to go there, but if I do, I probably already used it. I have a bunch of maps in my inventory, so I will see. I have the Entwade, which I did not do on this character. It's actually been a while since I've gone to the Entwade. Unfortunately, I just don't like West Rohan enough to have really much interest in trying to do that, so it sounds like it is fine. Thank you for letting me know, Salty Scrunt. And yeah, I actually, as far as traveling to this festival, it's something I don't really do all that frequently, actually travel over that way. So I wonder if the best way would be to take the stable to Hingstacer's farm, or just ride my war steed up north. So it looks like the kin leader, who I was just talking about, Jimmy there, who is Barvor? I have no idea who they are, but they just waved to me, so I will wave back.
How can I be of service?
And also thank you, Kenneth, for letting me know. That is good to know, because actually I tried to test it, but when I record with OBS, I do multiple audio layers, so I hope, let me make sure. Am I on push to talk? No. I am sorry, Cademan. I have no idea how I got off push to talk. Okay. Hello. I was totally talking Cademan's ear off. I think I was off push to talk for a long time. Yeah, I just started that a couple minutes ago, and then I just like joined the Discord when you actually messaged me. And I just kept going on. Okay, so for people that don't know, I am on push to talk with my kin in the Discord. As usual with the audio, it plays on my headphones. I have to do push to talk and all that. But sometimes I randomly go off push to talk, and that means I just like, they hear me do their random streaming talk. So also hello Nathan Phillip Connors and Der Zombie. I feel like I have to try that last name for Der Zombie. Rassen Maherman. Okay, so yeah, I'm still actually riding to the festival area. Fortunately, with the whole push to talk situation, I have not done that too frequently. This was probably the worst one, but fortunately there was only one person in the Kin Discord, and the last time that happened, it was full of people. Like, everybody in the group was actually in that. Looks like we have 2 guardians. I even tanked Naruhel once. Oh, so it's a German for a lawnmower? Oh, so is it like the zombie lawnmower? I don't know exactly what Der means, but that's what I would guess, like the... See, it's very weird. I have to get used to actually hearing the audio and not through headphones. Okay, did I actually get my subscriber town services? I did not, but I had one from the day before. So last night, that stream actually turned out to be pretty good, I think. So the Merry Fellow, there are some rewards that are exciting. Okay. It's just the main thing I'm really was maybe looking for was like a full cosmetic set, but I think getting the War Steed appearance for the Forest Spring will be something I like. And then as far as this goes for the festivity tokens, the honey goat, just to have a different goat, could be kind of neat. That would also be something I could use in Moria that's maybe more fancier than my prize tame redhorn goat. Oh, so it's a movie title for the zombie lawnmower. Oh, zombie lawnmower man. Der Zombie Rossen Herman. I'm very slow at saying that last name, but that's kind of what it looks like. But yeah, I actually, with this stuff, all the furniture stuff, I am not the biggest house type person, but that's actually something. Ooh, the cloak. I don't remember actually looking at the cloak. That could be a decent cloak. I wonder what it looks like dyed. Okay, that could be pretty neat dyed. I'm not entirely sure, but it could be. But the dress, shawl, and crown, that stuff isn't too much of interest to me. This is actually an outfit I could see being neat. Like, if I pass by somebody with an outfit, I could say that's a neat outfit. But it's something I personally wouldn't use on my characters, and that's actually true with a lot of outfits in LOTRO. I see a lot that I like, but they're just stuff I wouldn't want to wear. I don't really, even for my female characters, like wearing dresses. So yeah, I'd probably see if my kin, if anybody would want this type of cosmetic stuff, I could actually put it in their house or the kin house. Seems like it could be the best use after getting the goat. And for the goat, I wonder what character I would want that on. I'd almost consider my Beorning just because they're a little bit more honey bee oriented. So that could be neat on Beorning, but also my Beorning basically just got done with Moria where I wouldn't make much use of it, and that's similar with this character. I probably wouldn't go to Moria all that much where I can only use a goat. So that's the only concern, maybe which character. I could get it for my hunter. I don't really know it's thematic for a hunter. Actually, you should see what that looks like. Let's see, honey goat. See, it's a pretty neat goat, but maybe a little bit too much honey. That actually is nice. Again, the little bit of honeyness, it's kind of hard to see in this little panel, but The goat itself, I think, looks pretty nice. Good contrast with the dark goat and the brighter honey. There's also this interesting thing with this bracelet that could actually almost be considered, for me, an upgrade. It's very weird, but something I'd have to look into more detail, like with essences and the such, what I can do. So yeah, I will have to remember to actually get this stuff, but I'm very glad that I decided to look at that actually, and I'm going to turn the brightness up on my monitor, which I cannot do because apparently it was already at the maximum brightness. And hello, Elatris Ring, you are level 36 on your Lore Master. You're asking if you should switch to Redline or stay blue. That to me sounds like where the confusion probably came in with the person we were running it the first time. Because, yeah, that makes sense to me based on my experience there too. So this is the awkwardness with the stream of doing the kin chat. I need to take this to a table. I don't know whose table it is. Actually to the west. Usually when I carry the wine, I thought it was to the northeast. Maybe it does change sometimes. So the kin audio should not be playing, but I have my headphones. Oh yeah, so you all can hear that. Okay. So my headphones are opened back and I have the volume turned up just so I can hear them. I was messing with the audio settings a moment ago, I think when I was traveling. So there's something with that, but I just turned my volume down as low as it can actually go. And hopefully, as far as I should still be able to hear them. So that is probably what it is, but that's still good to know about the game. But yeah, with my headphones being opened back, it's basically like the speaker's the same on the inside, on my side, and the outside. That is actually one problem I considered potentially being a problem, basically with my microphone being kind of near my headphones. So hopefully it's better now, and isn't distracting at the very least, even if it is slightly playing. I maybe still see a little bit of spikes in OBS with the audio, so I'll turn that down a little bit more. And Death Dealer, you think any gold themed outfit? Yeah, the gold theme, it seems to be pretty strong with the honey, so yeah, I'd have to get a gold theme outfit, which that's why I don't feel like it'd be very thematic for a hunter. I don't really see much gold theme going on with hunter, at least for me. And then about switching to redline or blue with the Lore Master, I don't remember what I said about that, so I think whenever redline starts doing more damage for you than the blue line, that would be a good time to switch. I think by level 36, it's probably at least worth trying the redline, I think. The main draw of the blue line is it buffs the pets, of course, but after a while, the pets get relatively weaker. So boosting your own damage can be more useful. Okay, so I'm just doing random festival stuff while listening to my kin discuss strategy. So that is one thing for people that maybe were familiar with my streams when we were doing like the Rift of Nursegashu. I remember that one specifically just because we did it so much and it was like a big part of the streams where I would just sit there actually repeating the strategy for the fights, which I should probably be doing now. Too easy. I don't know. I guess it'd be good to just get tier 1 out of the way. We still get the tokens or whatever. Okay, so sounds like we are starting on tier 1. The main issue we've had with Naruhel and with any groups that I have run it with, Let's see, I need to do the northeast table. Now this is starting in the normal area. I'm used to taking the wine. The whole 2 times I did it, always had to go to the northeast table, which I'm guessing is not this table. Actually, I wonder on the tracker. It said something about the northeast table. Pick up some wine for the northeast table. Partygoers? I really feel like I must be missing something. Because I thought I used to just take it to... Maybe it's this table. Nope. Okay, I actually have no idea what's going on with this quest for the partygoers. Because I thought the last times I did it, I had to take it right here. But I really don't know, because that is the northeast. I'm picking up some wine for the northeast. Or unless I'm doing this one, the natural study, and actually doing a different quest when I pick up the things. I really don't know. Okay, so oops, I just closed that. I was like, I think we're about to actually get this started. And it looks like we just did. So yeah, I have to look. This is something I really have to think about. I already mentioned this bracelet. Somehow, just heard a weird noise, probably from the game. Again, I have to get used to that. But somehow, the piece on the left might actually be an upgrade for me. And it's something I really have to think about. Maybe if we have time today, I can break that down a little bit. Actually, I could, while we're maybe waiting in this instance right now. Go ahead and eat my consumables as well. If I can find them, I'm trying to find that in my inventory. Let's see, I have, there it is. I wonder why this level 100 food is sorted separately compared to all the low level foods. But anyway, the reason this bracelet for this character might be an upgrade is, let's see the best way to look at my stats while I do this. So my crit rating is 25.2. I'm in the red line. That means I can go up to 30%. And then my physical mastery is at 191.5 for melee. This is now without scrolls, but with captain buffs. We have a captain in here? There they are. Okay, so as far as the stats go, that is what is going on, but also my finesse is actually very low in the red line. That's one big actual benefit of me playing the yellow line at the moment with this warden, is my finesse, because I have the finesse trait. It actually gets up to a number that is more reasonable at 26.9%. But that is also a good thing with flexibility of essences. So I have the chest piece. That is the only essence gear I'm using right now on this warden, so I could actually make myself another one of these and then just put finesse essences and only use that in the red line. But the kind of, I guess we're getting started with this fight. It takes me so long sometimes to actually get in the mindset of replacing gear and looking at everything, but basically equipping it and comparing it to the non-equipped, how my stats actually change, is probably the best way. And we'll probably try yellow line for a little bit, but I probably, with the nerf to the way I used to play yellow line for AoE fights, I'll probably have to get used to the red line again, which isn't all that much different, just a little bit of things to get used to. But in single target, I forgot I'm actually in the yellow line. In single target, I should actually still have a somewhat similar rotation that I can use. The main thing for the Shattered Javelin's nerf, here I am, I'm actually not even doing all the things I should. I am rooted right now, so I should be staying in range stance anyway. Looks like we're not focusing on the ads. Okay, this volume is actually loud for me. Looks like I have an eye I'll try to drop it a little bit away. Okay, we got all the ads done. That is the important thing. I feel like I couldn't really tell, but I feel like not too many people were hitting the ads there. That's the big worry when I have run tier 2 and tier 3. Is it seems like people, at least visually what I can see, people don't always go on the ads right away. But with tier 1, that is definitely no problem. Okay, got a bunch of festivity tokens, and that is... Oh, somebody got that cloak. Yeah, congrats on the cloak. He got a strong cloak there. He got the one for inductions. I don't know exactly what class, maybe Hunter, Redline Runekeeper, if that was actually a viable thing, maybe healers. Anything with inductions, I assume that's a really good one. The one I got on this Warden is a very tanky one as far as I remember. So it does boost my defenses up. So I get to be a little bit more survivable of a Warden. But since I mainly play DPS on my Warden, I only really tank if that is the last option for people to tank. Usually, so... Anyway, it would be better, I think, to have a DPS one for myself, but this also really helps with my defensive stats. Okay, so I want to actually, while we are doing stuff, I want to look at my gear a little bit more. And hello, Nazgul. Okay, so what was I looking at? Oh yeah, I was looking at the bracelet, I think, something like that. This one. So if I equip this bracelet, my physical mastery will go, we'll do the melee one just because it might be easier to tell. That's 189.3, and when I equip this, that goes up to 192.5. So it's actually not the biggest upgrade, even though it's a ton of physical mastery. It's not the biggest upgrade. Oh yeah, somebody, Tommy D said, you asked if I can show the sword from the boss. I honestly am not sure what you're talking about, unfortunately, but that reminds me, the thumbnail for today is Naruhel the Red-maid, but is the cleansed version. I thought that would be a nice contrast compared to the previous Naruhel thumbnail, where it was the... Ooh, currency capped. Oh, I'm capped on festivity tokens, that's not good. We need to consume those. I will... Okay, I'll go ahead and get the honey goat. It's bind on acquire though. I'd rather get something bound to account. That's actually really tough. I will get the honeycomb cloak. That'll be something a little bit more ideal to me. So yeah, unfortunately, Tommy, I do not know what you mean about show the sword from the boss, unless this boss, she actually has a sword. I have to look a little bit. Oh, you got confused with Thring. Okay, yeah, Thring has the fiery, somebody mentioned that, I think. I thought somebody. Yeah, so Jer Zombie said he liked the flaming sword cosmetic way more, which yes, I agree, the Thring has a lot of interesting things. I'll be very excited to run that a bunch and get some of the cosmetics and all the stuff that comes with him. But yeah, this is a good cloak if I have a gold-themed outfit. My outfit is actually a little bit gold, but I really like my Warden's pack for this outfit. It fits in nicely. I think if this were dyed black, maybe, it would have... Yeah, it actually kind of does go with this outfit a little bit, dyed black, if I wanted an actual cloak. Oh, somebody sold something for 1 copper that they didn't want to sell. While they're going over a couple things preparing, I will go ahead and just reforge these random LIs. That is something I probably should focus on a little bit more with this character. I can actually slot something. Probably do this bridle and destroy this bridle whenever I'd actually get a chance and bother to pay attention to that. Oh. So they make those. You can sell those for 1 copper, but we still can't sell all these 3rd ages. That's crazy. So somebody in my group apparently accidentally sold their portent. I guess they forgot to lock it or just misclicked something and they sold that, and that is really annoying. And compared to third age items, which are basically useless, they have a little bit of use, but it would be way less of a big deal to sell third age items, but also would be very nice to sell them because they just take up so much inventory space and they take so long to destroy compared to selling. I actually have every single third age item I loot that is not for my class, so non-warden ones. I just put those in the filter. My filter list is growing pretty large with those, but we still saw, I think earlier I had one in my inventory that was non-warden, so I still had to filter that. I wonder, I guess the captain is healing in the blue line, it looks like they have. They give themselves Song Brother? That's really weird. If they did. No, it looks like they gave the tank Song Brother. Which I probably, if I were playing a captain, at least I would give it to one of the DPS, I would guess. And yeah, that's actually what they're doing, talking about in the Discord. Submitting a ticket and trying to get a GM to restore it. Hello Vincent64fi. Also, just a random piece of news for LOTRO is the next update is coming out tomorrow. It's a very minor update. The biggest feature are bug fixes, and they are reverting the UI changes for the icon animations. So like the toggled skills and all the other stuff. Wow, my crits. I really don't know what happened with this warden, but my heals are a lot stronger randomly. Like, I'm used to this heal critting about 900 something, almost 1,000. This time it's critting about 1,200. So it's gone up like 200. I really don't know what happened, but that's almost like a 20% increase roughly. So the reward from this boss is the main piece of gear is going to be the cloak. I have one of the cloaks. I have the tanky cloak. So the nice thing about this being tanky is it really does get my defenses up, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. It also has a ton of vitality, so that's a big thing. And there are all these different, I really don't know what people in my group have. Doesn't look like that person has it. I'm actually curious. I want to look at this cloak. Just compare it. If I actually had the option to use either of these on this character, I'm wondering which I would choose. See, I'd probably choose this cloak just for the much higher agility and the base vitality and crit rating, and then the essence. I could put whatever I want in that. Let's see. Yeah, this is actually that Guardian's first time at least running this. They have an old yellow cloak. It's not a gold one. This person, he actually has the Lash from Thrang. We were talking about that a moment ago. Oh yeah, so Andrew, it sounds like they're working on a toggle, and the cloak is scalable, as in if you run this at level 50, you can get a level 50 version. If you run it at level 100, you could get a 100 version. At level 130, you'd get a 130 version, and so on. So in that sense, it is scalable. It just doesn't scale with you while you level. Somebody's blowing bubbles. Actually can hear that. That's interesting. Apparently, Snorbomb has gone offline even though they're right here with the group. Oh, now they have disconnected. So they're going over the fight. Basically, when the ads come out, it's very high priority. I talked about this last time, very high priority to kill the boss, or to kill the ads when they come out. And that's actually a strategy. People will take like lore masters or anything that can crowd control, and you'd crowd control the ads also, while also trying to kill them. You basically want to kill them before you sacrifice. So if you slow them down, that means you can kill them before they get sacrificed. Just gives you more of a chance. So I have a slow. I don't know that they can for sure actually be slowed. They can be stunned, they can be crowd controlled, and all that stuff, but I don't know an actual slow. Just because they're so slow to start, I honestly not 100% sure if that works. I will test that. So I also have this. I have the Matham Hunter's armor. I wonder if that's any good at this point. So this head item is actually very nice. It's very appealing because I really need that finesse. The unfortunate thing is my current head. So all ads are affected by all CC, so you can slow. Oh, the route from Hampering Javelin actually teleports them to the middle. Like, I assume in the middle being a good way, like into that middle near, I don't even know what to call that thing, little structure thing, broken structure in the back, or to the middle as into the stones where they sacrifice. But I was planning on using that, so I guess I will actually get to see. But yeah, with that helmet from the Matham's Hunter, I'm actually interested in that. There's so many different things to look at with this character. We didn't even finish looking at the bracelet. I think the hunter is maybe trying to come back. But as far as the bracelet goes, I will lose a lot of critical rating. That's actually the biggest concern. I'm at 22.5 with the yellow one, and then I'm at 23, so I gain 0.5% of crit rating, which is not all that much. Also with finesse, I do drop that, but in the yellow line, I believe I dropped that to where I'm still above 25%, so that should be good. So actually, I do think for this character, where I am with my stats, I actually like the physical mastery better because I'm at 242.6 versus 239.3. So it's a very small difference. It's like something over 2% basically versus 0.5% of crit, so I'd rather the physical mastery there. Okay, so they'd end up in front of the altar, but then that would group them up and can use AoE bleeds. Yeah, that is, for this character, I forget at level 100 if once I actually get all my trait points on this character, if there's enough to spear sweep. I'm actually curious. That'll be something with this character. Probably at 105 I'll actually start trying to test that a little bit more. I haven't really done much on Louisen where I feel the need to try spear sweeping. I'm actually, as far as spear sweeping goes with the bleed sweeps, I'm not a big fan of that mechanic just because it's a little bit RNG and inconsistent. Oh, my heels got weak. We were sitting here so long waiting for people to actually come back and get ready that my thingies. Yeah, I do have my food consumed. We do have the scroll buffs, all that stuff. Hope token as well, so basically full on buffs. I do have some buffs specifically in my storage. So yeah, we'll stay here. Okay, so I want to try to trigger Seize the Moment. At least can hope it triggers, and it did. Okay, let's get the ads. Okay, let's see what Hampering Javelin does. Hampering Javelin, oh yeah, that did teleport him, wow. So apparently one of my skills causes them to port to the middle. I guess we're not getting this ad, we are ignoring him, it seems like, oddly enough. So I am going to try Hampering Javelin when he is at this path. That did not take him back to the middle, but it still rooted him. We're doing a good job with the puddles, it seems like, but not with killing the ads. Fortunately, I think they're going to keep sacrificing. Oh, the Guardian had the eye and he ran right close enough to me. So yeah, that puddle was dropped right on me. So it seems like Hampering Javelin would be most useful to me once they get past that point so it can actually root them, because I don't want them to teleport closer to the altar. But yeah, I couldn't tell too much all what was going on with that fight. Maybe they were trying to kill the Dark Waters or something, but once again, unfortunately, I just didn't personally see the people in my group killing the ads that much, at least. It looked like I was focusing on them when they got around this area. That was not the case, but I really do not know. A lot of people I think in this group are actually running it the first time, so I don't have too much to complain about with that, but it just seems like an observation of something that maybe we could do better on to try to get through this. I am still looting 30 allies. Even with all this stuff filtered, I'm still somehow looting ones that aren't for my class. Oh, don't want to open that. It's still opened anyway. Alright, I will destroy that because I don't want that. Okay, so Andrew, you heard you can ignore the dark waters and they will despawn fairly quickly. I'll ask that. So, I have a quick question. Do you all know if the dark waters despawn quickly? Like to where we could ignore them? Okay. It sounds like, Andrew, that they do not. Oh. Okay, so Naruhel has an induction that consumes them. Yeah, I have a root and a slow as well, but that's it. Oh yeah, Yellow Hunter would actually be interesting here. See, I wonder if it is worth letting Naruhel do whatever induction to consume them, or if that does. I really don't know with this fight if that like is a bad thing. Okay. So it sounds like Naruhel has an induction that can consume the dark waters, and that's probably the despawning thing, but like if they hit me, I know at least on tier 3 they would one-shot me, so it's not really something, if the tank at least doesn't have aggro, that's that safe to just let them up and hope for that. Yeah, Zeph, who I found out, I have actually met them on the server playing a warden. I believe the name they told me was Wildwood. So yeah, it's Wildwood. I remember running into that character because of the name. Oh, looks like we're going. I was almost late to that fight. But I have run into that warden before. So Suga, you would recommend just focusing on the ads like normal? Yeah, that is probably what we're going to be doing. Okay, get in the captain buff circle. At least I should have a lot of bleeds. I know that's not the biggest thing at Jimmy has I. Last time, oh, here I am actually not focusing on the ads. Oh, we got it down. So here's a dark water. Hopefully that one does not one-shot me. I just know before they have done a lot of damage on tier 3, I think specifically with the one-shotting me. It looks like I'm going to keep aggro on him and unfortunately die. I don't... Yeah, he dropped a puddle when he died as well. Maybe the captain can res. I'm not sure if they will. I'm really curious though. The hunter mentioned using like tripwire during this fight. I would actually be very interested in. Warden's probably not the best class to take here just because they don't have that much burst damage. Let's see, stay out of the puddles. Like just thinking classes for this fight, because of the lack of burst damage with the... Oh, I am using the wrong gambit there. At least we got him killed. Okay, so probably at this point, I guess, is when you should focus on the Dark Waters when they're already at that place and sacrificing. I don't know exactly the exact time they sacrifice, though. This is very different than the first day the festival came out. Okay, get out of that. Did we get all the ads and sacrifices? Okay. So now we are focusing on the boss, it looks like. Yeah, when T3, when they do the 40 to 50k, that is essentially a one-shot for me, unfortunately. Okay, so also unfortunately, the boss is in the middle of a bunch of puddles, and I want to go into melee and use all those bleeds, but I don't really think I can. I guess I could, I just don't know that it would be that safe, rather. I think... yeah, there's all those puddles. Okay, now I have the eye. Okay, so I believe I wait for all 3 puddles to drop, or I guess it's 2 puddles, we're only on tier 1 here. Yeah, the tank is just in that place, so I think the captain died because of that. They were... now the tank has... can I actually inch close enough to go in melee? I can. But unfortunately the tank was just in the puddles that whole time, it seemed like. Which maybe they needed to be. I don't really know what the tanking may be. For all I know, they should be there. But we got it done. We got tier 2 done. Tier 3 will be the real challenge, especially with my kinship. That is including myself. I am a part of my kinship, and just the lack of gear issues with me and some of the warden not too much burst issues. It'd actually be interesting if I brought my rune keeper. That would be an option. I could either heal on my rune keeper. Somebody get... got another cloak. He got the same cloak. That's what he got last time. I believe, are those tradable for like the first hour or something? Okay. Unfortunately, I did not get a cloak, but the hunter who got a cloak last time got the exact same cloak. That's why I asked if they were fellowship tradable, in case he wanted to give that away. But yeah, I'm actually thinking perhaps my runekeeper could be a little bit more better, more helpful, because as a yellow line runekeeper, a little bit more consistent with the range damage. There's more burst damage. The warden's very much so over time, so it's not the biggest help with ads. Maybe with the boss, when everything's going on the boss, and or if the ads actually last long enough, or whatever, their walking path is long enough that the warden dots can go on. But with the runekeeper, I could stun the ads. I have the AoE days that I can't think of the name of, and the lightning runestone, or I could even heal. But I actually feel like I'd be most useful not healing and doing the crowd controls. That's actually very scary that I have my Illumin talent on Alt 5, because I pressed the keybind for that, but F4 is right above 5 on my keyboard. Really don't think I can show this, but this is my keyboard, and yeah, this isn't gonna work, but yeah, F4 is right above 5. So that is the cloak that our tank has. I'm actually curious if this would be preferred. And there goes my cat knocking the microphone as usual. So as far as I am curious, the book cloak, or the new cloak at this level, I wonder if the tank would want like the mitigations, if that would be helpful to them, even negating the common damage. Shuga, I have no idea if I have incoming healing capped, mainly because I am a DPS warden, so I really doubt it, especially considering I have 0.9% incoming healing. That does not seem like a cap thing. Yeah, I guess it really depends if you want the mitigations and even the fate for the tank. But I'm guessing this is what I would choose if I were actually a tank. And it sounds like Zeph, you agree with that.
Hello there.
I don't know for the DPS ones. Anything DPS oriented would be better for me. The old one I had was the Shield of the Hammerhand, which has very crazy stats. It doesn't have that much. If I actually go to my vault, that's where it is, I believe. At least, I did not mean to put it in here, but I remember putting it in there. But this is something for this character. The physical mastery is really crazy on the Shield of the Hammerhand at this point, but I thought this would help with my survivability, especially this warden. For some of the stuff we have done is a little bit squishy. So incoming healing is an OP stat for warden and guards. I will actually have to look into that. It sounds like it affects percent heals. I'm actually surprised that is something, if that would be something I want, just because usually when I go down very faster from like one-shots or something. At least typically in the content I've run on this warden, that is usually when I have issues as a DPS. But yeah, if I really want DPS and don't really need the increased defenses, the Shield of the Hammerhand would be much better. There's actually the potential issue I could run into that I might be overcapping my physical mastery too much. I don't know with scrolls and captain buffs exactly how much physical mastery, like what percent I would need. But at 189.4 for the melee, I could actually get a little bit close to that. And of course, this character's gear in general is not the best. What spec am I in? Yellow line? My finesse actually drops down. I wonder why my finesse dropped down so much. If something was buffing me, or... because I had over 25% finesse. I don't remember replacing anything other than the bracelet, of course. 24.3. Yeah, this character's finesse is a little bit messy. Maybe I did replace something and just don't remember, or maybe one of the things actually buffs us with finesse somehow. Okay, so I don't know if we're trying tier 3. So for the Guardian, Warrior's Heart, and Flash of Light heal, both have 35%. Mastery caps at 40,500 rating. Okay, so I could actually get 35,000 and that would cap. Yeah, this character I have a lot of issues with my gear, so I haven't been able to look too much into that. I'm more interested at level 105. I also don't know the stats for that. I feel like I've seen this character before. That name at least seems familiar, but I really don't know. But yeah, for this character with the gear I have right now, I'm actually surprised I'm that close to the cap, because I know the epic battle jewelry, if I got all the level 100 stuff for that, and especially the level 100 gold, I believe from a warden of my kin, I've heard that actually caps them on the mastery and a lot of the offensive stats, so that's actually left them with essence gear that they can fill in for a bunch of defensive stats. Because for me, I still can use these offensive stats, but they have been able to go up on like vitality and that type of stuff. Looks like I'm scrolled up on accident. I cannot type with my cat here that well. But yeah, unfortunately, I am left just like sitting here running around doing nothing while we're deciding. Wait, ooh. What were we rolling on again? Sorry. Okay, so we're rolling on this one. See, I actually would want this one, but I think I will pass so other people in my kinship can at least get a cloak. So the benefit of the one that is linked, that would have finesse and crit rating, which are both more helpful to me than, say, crit defense and physical mitigation. The evade rating I don't really care about. The reduced inductions I don't really care about. I feel like the main people who should want that from this group are the two hunters, and one of the hunters already has it. the captain, I think what they have is probably an upgrade for them as well. I really cannot type with my cat there. Okay, so just to do something while this is going on, I will go in the maze and do whatever. Let's see, it looks like I'm finding the wandering elves. Or trying to find the wandering elves. Not really sure how well that will go.
What can I do for you?
Oh yeah, I could actually send that cloak to, for example, my runekeeper. Probably be good for him, but I would rather somebody in my group go ahead and get it. Seems like the cloaks, I've heard a lot of people having bad luck with the cloaks, but I've seen a lot of these cloaks drop. I don't really know the actual like drop rate as far as a percent, but I don't think there's enough players or enough people interested with LOTRO to actually have like a bunch of people pull data and actually get a drop rate at a statistically significant value. So I really don't know what the drop is, but from my experience it's dropping relatively frequently. Seems like one a run maybe. We got one from tier 1 and one from tier 2 today. The same person got the exact same cloak. Might have been different item level or some small variation like that, but they got the reduced induction one at the very least, and as far as I know there's only one reduced induction version. Oh yeah, so the Matham Hunters, I never even finished looking at this. Just try to improve my Warden as much as I can for the stuff I have. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it looks like probably none of these. Yeah, I think the Matham's Hunter armor, it has nice stats, but the actual stats itemization is not really ideal for me. The main draw of the helmet is actually has a lot of finesse, a little bit more physical mastery, but I lose vitality, not that much vitality. The agility drop isn't that much. There is also, so for me, I have a lot of damage over time, which isn't great with the ad, so I could switch to my Runekeeper for crowd control in the yellow line and the more burst damage. If we have trouble, I wouldn't mind trying at least on the Warden to start. Zeph, I am totally fine. The chat is not very active right now. I'm totally fine with you sharing the actual gear you have. Okay. Yeah, it's, my gear is still low level on this character. But yeah, this character's gear just in general, unfortunately, is not all that great. In Vegas Sims, the new area is level 45, so yes, 40-ish level. It's not only for level 45, but the content itself is level 45, so you could go there on a higher level just for deeds or whatever, but there is no like level 130, no level caps, specific stuff there. Now the missions, there are 10 new missions which scale. So that's not just level 40, but the missions scale from 20 to 130, and there's various rewards throughout all those level ranges. Yeah, I'm kind of, just because level 105 is coming soon, I don't really know if I want to, I have a lot of stars of merit to barter for, like the epic battle jewelry, but I almost feel like it could be better to save for starlight crystals and scrolls at this point, since we're going to 105. I guess on tier 3, I really wonder with tier 3 if it would be better to go with the full physical mastery right now. 229 versus 236.1. Yeah, that is a nice source for those. Especially, I really like the new weeklies, the 45 and 15 missions. So the new weekly, they were talking about the missions and that being a good source for scrolls and starlight crystals. But the new weekly, if I can find it, should be somewhere in my quest log. It looks like at the level cap you somehow get both versions, both the low level and level cap version. I don't know if it works, if it's just some like legendary server thing, or if it also works this way on level 130. I haven't played Louis to actually try, but yeah, you get both versions. So you get actually 4 weekly mission quests, it looks like, at the level cap, and you get 1 for Embers and 1 for Motes of Enchantment. But all this stuff is actually very nice. The 45 weekly, that's pretty tough to complete. But for me, at least, getting actually 15 missions done a week is nice, and you can get a lot of nice things from that. I have found the legendary items boost one to be actually the least useful. I have heard the crafting materials is good. I don't know on the server if it would be good, but you can get full horn shards from that, and it seems like some guild rep stuff, which would be nice. And then the bonus character boost, there's actually some various nice things there. So maybe for level 130, it seems like people might like this one the best. I haven't actually done the 130 version to open it and see exactly what it contains. But the Iflahorn shards, I think people really like that from that. And because I mainly play on Honor lately, I don't have too much there. But this is just like 1 starlight crystal or 3 scrolls of empowerment, so it's not all that much. Whereas this gives 1000 virtue XP and some other various boosts like Essence Reclamation. Yeah, that's especially for all I know, just with how good that jewelry is, maybe even with level 105 it'll somehow be the best. I don't remember all the gear sources. I assume the new instances and new raid would have better gear, but again, with the weird scaling and updates they've done to old gear over time, it just seems to always change. Okay, so Zeph, you use 4 pieces of Dol Amroth daily stuff. Okay, 2 pieces of Naden. The DA gives, yeah, that's the thing with a lot of gear nowadays at this level. A lot of the raw stat gear, non-essence gear, non-slotted gear is better, but you can't get the perfect stats like that you would ideally want sometimes. And some of the pieces have power on them, yeah. Maximum power, not a good stat. For anybody that doesn't know, maximum power right here is basically a useless stat because getting 50 more power is, yeah, not that good. Okay, I need to actually eat my consumables. I need 1 second. That's fine. I just had to eat a couple snacks and a meal real quick. I really don't know how these characters eat so fast. So what keybinds do I use for masteries? I use F1, F2, F3, Control 1 through 3, and I use Shift 1 through 3. And those are all my masteries, and I think I forgot a gambit right here. And I forgot to apply my debuffs. So now I can go in melee and use all my bleeds. We'll probably be getting ads active fairly soon. Somebody has the eye. They did it in melee, but I think it, oh no, okay, going to slow both of these. Oh no, he resisted. That's the thing with the finesse, he resisted. Okay, unfortunately, that guy's not going to die, it looks like. I wonder, I assume the other Guardian is in red line, but I actually wonder if they're in yellow or something. I am sorry, Kev, but oh no. Okay, there's another Dark Water, and it is on a Hunter in the corner. There's also my cat, for some reason, likes to carry a lot of static electricity, so that is, I feel like it's going to fry my computer at some point. Okay, so get back from the boss a little bit. I need to actually pay attention for when the ads come out this next time. I'm gonna go on and switch to ranged and do that stuff. I feel like we're about to get the ads. I don't know for sure. Okay, ads. Okay, got that one. I don't think we'll be able to get the other one, unfortunately. This time I focused on the same one that the hunter was focused on. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry, I totally actually messed up my targets that fight. Okay, so we have a blood water, who I will kite away for a little bit. Okay, somehow things worked out okay. You can kill the ads. Okay, so the Guardian, the second Guardian, oh no, this is not good. I don't even know why I'm trying. Is actually this boss slowable? Wow, they were actually slowable. That is weird. I'm not used to bosses being slowable, and I have no idea where I am. I cannot believe I'm still alive. That's all I can say. This is the craziest thing. I can't believe the boss is slowable either. Oh no, now she's rooted me. Now I'm going to get puddles. Okay, probably wasn't even worth trying to use Never Surrender there. Yeah, also, when you move in and out of the puddles, it'll do like instant damage to you. And yeah, so my cats, especially this one, the one that's always up here, I don't know if it's the winter here and dry weather. Oops. But yeah, they build up a lot of static electricity. Also, I don't have a blanket right now. Sometimes I sit with blankets and that doesn't help. It'll be like, sometimes my monitor will randomly go out, just go black, and there'll be a lot of shocks on my headphones sometimes. So it's always concerning. I will also hear that noise when like you disconnect something on your computer. On Windows at least, there's that little noise. And sometimes that randomly plays when there's a lot of static going on. Did I just loot this somehow? That's actually an interesting piece. If there was an agility version of this, that's very close to the book cloak, which the Guardian is not wearing right now. Here are my consumables. Actually, yeah, use my consumables this time. I will get a hope token for the group as well. Yeah, it is. So as far as the something wrong with the outlets, I do not believe it's an issue with that. It's usually when my cats are around, or sometimes with the blankets, something with my headphones, but yeah, I don't think there would be an issue with my outlets as far as I know with that, but maybe. Do we have... Okay, somebody getting scrolls. So Oscar, you're wondering if the game is slowly dying, or has there been... So there was a resurgence last year, around this time last year actually, when they started giving a lot of content for free. So that has helped a little bit with population, but it has been, yeah, as Sugarcane says, relatively steady population. That was a little bit of a boost, but there was some drop off. There were some issues in the summer last year and a couple different things. But I am actually very happy with the progress we made that fight for this group, and some of the people here not really running it much, and just the last times I have tried tier 3, they did not end all that well. So for a first try on tier 3, I felt like that went overall pretty good. But that is the thing with content like this. Difficult content, we'll have to repeat it a bunch, which I am fine with. It's been a long time since that has been something we have done with the Kinship. Actually, very difficult content it's been for me. I know the Rift of Nurse Gashu, back when level 50 was the cap on these servers, wasn't the most difficult, but with our kin and gear situations and all that sort of stuff. Okay, I am not doing good Warden stuff. For some reason, I was almost playing as if I were playing the red line, and it looks like I have that visual bug where I actually have seized the moment, but it's not acting like it with everything. Yeah, we do need more DPS on the ads. We usually have only been able to kill one of the ads. Unfortunately, we have a Guardian DPS, which is not really the best, and having a ranged DPS would be a lot better. We have the ads. And oh, accidentally used Tampering Javelin a little bit early. Okay, this other one is almost dead. They also dropped the dots. The ads drop dots, and I think he's about to sacrifice. Oh, that's not good. I'm about to die. Yep, I totally saw that death coming when the little spirit thing. Looks like we got our captain res, which is good. A little bit of a reset, and we are okay. Oh, it's been a long time since I've used this. I can actually move here to the captain. Hopefully, I wonder, the captain probably has the healing banner. That's actually okay. I will say the 2,400, that's better than what I thought it was. That one did not go too well. Our first try went a lot better. And hello, William Schneider. You said you just started playing LOTRO, I suppose, and you subscribed. I don't know if you mean you subscribed to LOTRO, became a VIP, or that you subscribed to my channel. And if it is the latter, thank you for that, for subscribing. If it is the former, I hope you enjoy your subscription with LOTRO. Okay. So, do you think it would be best to try to switch to Runekeeper for me, or? Yeah. It is more the Kreoth. We're just not really getting those down, and I know melee DPS isn't the best with those, especially Warden being damage over time based. Okay, maybe one more try. The last try, the first one I thought went very well for us, but the last one wasn't quite as good. Yeah, so it sounds like the Dark Water Puddle, that is not over time damage, it's only when you walk into it. I actually don't even know the damage that it does. I feel like I try to avoid all puddles, but that is good to know. That one you could actually stand in for the Dark Water Puddle. Yeah, Sugarcane, if we can clear, that will be a big triumph for our group here, and I forgot to use my consumables, so I am being a bad player right now. And somehow, Resounding Challenge did not actually go off. That's actually good. I have Resounding Challenge in my battle memory, so that means I will be able to quickly use it on an ad at least. Oh, I missed a skill there. And by the way, if the audio is echoing now that we're in more intense group content, I missed another game builder there. Okay, we have the ads. I will use my dots and just hope they kill him, but they actually do drop the dots, unfortunately. At some point yeah, right here, they drop dots, so even if I had all these, damage over time still going on. I almost ducked into that puddle. We're killing the Dark Waters really quick, but we're just not getting the Kriyoth down. The sacrificing ads, and I stepped into a puddle there, but I think that was a safe one. That is actually one thing I like with my Kinship often being unoptimized, again myself included in that, with like gear and stuff, and even unoptimized with the group setup. Especially having a Guardian DPS is not really the best thing, but I think it makes the victories we have, and even the challenge we have going there, it makes it more exciting and more fun to me. Actually, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to range just because I feel like she's going to switch soon. I'll even I liked having Resounding Challenge and Battle Memory, actually. Okay, I am saving oh no, I did not mean to use that. Okay, ads. But I was trying to bank everything up on doing as much burst damage. I'm in range spec, which is range stance, which is actually okay. That guy's rooted. Yeah, we're getting the ads down good. I almost went down there. I saw my health. And then I used a potion. Okay, let's use Resounding Challenge. I think we have one more set of ads. That'll be the real test if we can get the last set down. Oops. Okay, last set of ads, I think. I have one rooted, but I can't really move much closer. Hopefully we can get... Oh, we got the other one down. That's better than I thought. I did not think we were going to get the other one down. It's not just because I wasn't targeting it, but... Yeah. That one is rooted for a little bit. More Dark Waters. Oh, I have the eye too. Yeah, unfortunately, I probably wasn't kiting that in the best spot. I was getting probably out of line of sight. So yeah, apparently my group was not ready for that fourth set. We still have to get through this part. Hopefully the healer, we have one healer, one tank, and one DPS. I assume the healer is out of res as the Minstrel. Yeah, so Sugarcane, you've been leveling a Guardian and Blue Line Warden recently for the challenge, and hopefully prove people wrong about the Blue Line. Okay, the healer went down. That is not good. Now the Hunter. We got all the ads down. We got done with the tough part. I probably went to a bad area for kiting that ad. That was better than the first one though. That was good. I don't think in all the tier 3 attempts that I have done that we've actually gotten to that fourth set of Dark Water, so that was interesting to see that. I feel like each time we do this, somebody actually talked about this earlier. Oh yeah, with the practice makes perfect. Each time we do this, like learn something a little bit new about the fight, thinking about things we could do a little bit better, things I can do better, at least. So I feel like we're making progress. Besides that second attempt, the second attempt just wasn't good, unfortunately. I don't remember exactly what went wrong there, but things went wrong. We did a lot better with the ads. That was the big difference I noticed, is we actually got the Kriyoth down a lot better this time. once again, getting bothered by my phone notification light. Okay, so we missed an interrupt on Naruhel that one-shot everyone. Yeah, I don't remember that. I just remember everybody dying in that one. I guess that should say how badly it went. I feel like I haven't been getting that many eyes. It's something that is actually a little bit concerning if we do that. I did have my consumables. Okay, I got a token. I've also not been using fire oils. I know it's not the biggest deal with the Warden. Your main things don't really switch to fire. Actually, even these diminished and marked target don't even switch to fire. But Hampering Javelin, I guess, has a chance to do the fire damage over time with the fire oil. Any other consumables? I actually do have consumables in my either in my vault or shared storage. I don't remember exactly which. Probably in my shared storage. I will try to take it out. I have like the attack damage, even tomes of defenses and things like that. A scroll of finesse, but it doesn't look like I will quite get a full chance to use that. I will give everybody a heal of conviction. My OP Warden heals. And now I will try to do a little bit better with the opener for my gambits this time. Hope I get Seize the Moment, which I did not. Try one more gambit to get Seize the Moment. Does not look like I will get that, so I'll go in melee. Anyway, and make sure I'm in the Captain Circle, which is the healing circle, so unfortunately that's not doing too much. I wonder if the Captain is still on blue line. They have a lot of blue line buffs I see going on. Oh, I used Hampering Javelin. A little bit too early. Looks like I'm not doing much here, but looks like we'll have one ad sacrifice, unfortunately. I just walked into a puddle. I'm not doing good, right? That did not do good this attempt. Okay, the Minstrel res me. I will try to do better this life. I did not do anything good that time. I believe the Minstrel is actually standing in a puddle. Does anybody have a hope token they could use? I got one. There was actually a path I didn't see at first that I could have run to the boss here. Wow, I don't know what's happening with my gambits, but I'm not building the right gambits right now. Okay, one of them's rooted. That is about all I can do from here right now. Yeah, we're letting, compared to the previous attempt, we're letting more sacrifice, and I know as far as the gambits I was using, I was not doing as good of a job this time. And hello, Mattias. I honestly... Oh, you said LM is nice. Okay. Ooh, somebody res me, and I was like, I was not ready for that. I resed in a puddle. Oh, yep, that killed me. 56,000 damage. Yeah, so as far as our group composition goes, unfortunately we don't have the best. That's why I feel like it'd be very, very big triumph and accomplishment if we actually get it done with our group. We have a Guardian DPS, we have a Captain that I believe is in the blue line, oddly. And we have a Minstrel that is healing. I might ask about the Captain being in the blue line, because that seems weird to me, but maybe they had some sort of something they thought that would be useful. And you're also wondering why only 2 were killing ads? I am not sure if only 2 people were. I was trying to kill the ads, but I was not doing a good job, to be honest, that fight. I know that whole fight. So I have a quick question, Ardith. Are you in the blue line still? Oh, I don't remember if this was already covered, but could the red line potentially be better for the damage? Yeah, the dark water, they one-shot me. But with the red line, if you can do the banners when we get the ads when they're grouped near the thing, that would probably be a big help as well. Yeah, when they get grouped up near the altar, I'm thinking. Of course, if we can avoid puddles, that seems to be an issue as well. Okay, so I will use my consumables. I'm using a lot of these consumables on my warden lately, from a lot of deaths, mainly from Naruhel. We already saw the cleansed version. I was actually about to say, and hopefully I actually have a random thing. So if I go we're pretty dark with the screen, this is relatively dark. You all might be able to see my face cam lighting. Hopefully it has improved. I have a new light bulb in my lamp that is a lot brighter. But the lamp is behind the monitor, and I already had some other improvements from the lighting, so hopefully that is noticeable and has just like makes the stream better. Okay, so it looks like we are all good to go. I feel like we keep getting so close, or just having some little thing that is just not quite clicking, that if it can all come together in one run, we can definitely do this. Yeah, it's very scary. I have a version of her, the cleanse version. Yeah. I'll send that as an eye bleach for that. Okay, I am unfortunately stuck right now. I actually got out of combat for a second there. I should not take the time to use that javelin. I actually wonder if it's worth using the melee resounding challenge at that point. I don't remember the exact upfront damage it does, but I really do wonder if it could somehow be worth considering using that. Okay, so as far as the fight goes, I'm actually going to use my heal right here. Might help a tiny bit. Okay, so as far as the fight goes, I probably want to build on battle memory. I'm mainly focusing on the ads, that's why I'm fine going slow here. It's almost like a little bit of a recovery phase in a way. Well, unfortunately we got the Captain Banner, but I'm going to build a bunch of gambits. So I'm not going to use gambits until the ads come out, actually. And then I'll just... Oh, I did them in the wrong order. I did all that time to build this stuff up and the such. One of them is rooted and the other should be slowed. Oh, I'm still in ranged. Oh, we just need a little bit more on this one, but I think he's going to sacrifice. I think one ad sacrificed that time. Fortunately, I ended up dying there. Okay, so Surety of Death has more burst damage than Resounding Challenge. But yeah, the melee version still does have the range, which is nice, so that is good to know. It'd be a simple thing to look at. I could actually look while dead. We'll see if I get a res. Thought that was the last phase. Okay, so oh, yeah, one more. And remember, another round of Dark Waters after that. I honestly thought that fight we were on the last wave of ads, but that was not the case. Okay, so Surety of... Okay. can't believe I actually escaped that. I was at so low health and in puddles and the such. Okay, let's focus on dark waters right now. I don't know what that dark water is doing. Targeting the tank. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. That was an okay run. Earlier in our attempts, I would have said that was a really good one, but I feel like that was an okay one. I'm somehow getting good loot throughout this. I got a universal solvent from what we have been doing somehow. That is crazy. Somehow looted a universal solvent during that. Yeah. So we're at least getting something. Okay, might as well see if a guardian wants this. Unfortunately, our tanking guardian had to drop, but maybe that means we have 3 guardians in the kin of all people online. We have 3 guardians. So I think we will try to get some more people, it sounds like. This is really a day of Naruhel and just repeating this fight. Looks like we started our first attempt a little bit over an hour ago. We're just on the same boss. Of course we did tier 1 a little over an hour ago. But at least it's fun to me. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get into. So I think to clean my inventory, I'll go ahead and sell my stuff, lock the universal solvent. Go ahead and lock that. I doubt I will need the tactical mitigation, but I will lock that. Oh yeah, as far as I pulled these both up, but I did not actually look at them. So that is Surety of Death. This is Desolation, which I believe Surety of Death still does more upfront damage, which that is the case. Desolation is finally stronger. I think the old version, like way back when, Desolation might have also had a weaker dot than Surety of Death at some point, but that is not the case anymore. But the upfront damage, that is the ranged version of Resounding Challenge. Don't want that. We want the melee version, which is a ranged version. It's still ranged, but it's the melee. So the upfront damage from Surety of Death still is better, definitely. This has a little bit bigger radius, 10 meters, but it's also ranged. That would be the big thing for that. I could actually use it for some upfront damage, very little upfront damage, but some upfront damage. Runekeeper should be a very nice option right now, especially if they are playing the yellow line, which I hope they are playing. The stuns, dazes, and non-Bernie stuff could be that's actually almost a concern that his name is Bernie. Hopefully he's lightning-y in his actual spec, but we will see. We'll see if he uses fire stuff for... I still think a Runekeeper over a Guardian, whatever spec they play for DPS, is probably better in this. We'll see how Bernie Sandbeard, Hero of the Small Folk. That is interesting. I think that is the Stoudex Dwarf, but I'm not entirely sure. Hey Jimmy, did you see my tell I sent you about a weapon? Okay. Okay, the other option is destroying it, so thought I would check. Okay, gotta get my hound out. Looks like one person is not here, the captain. But yeah, I'm pretty hopeful with this next try that we'll be able to do pretty good. Not just because we don't have the Guardian. The Guardian that left was the tank one. And not that these Guardian players in the Kin are bad, probably the opposite if I had to guess, but it's just not ideal for this fight to have a melee DPS, and the melee DPS I think via Guardian is probably also not ideal. I'm also not the most ideal, I would say, as a Warden DPS for this fight, but we talked about that with all the damage being overtime based, but we really have to burst down the ads. The one good thing I offer is an AoE slow with Hampering Javelin. I think it's AoE. Yeah, there it is. There's the AoE part. The primary target actually gets an even stronger run speed debuff, but the AoE ones get minus 30%. I believe the root is only to the single target as well, but that is a little bit helpful. So that's the big thing. In addition to me with ads, I do offer a tiny bit of crowd control at least. See, it does look like I need to use consumables. Looks like we have the mitigation banner, which is probably not ideal, but that is what we have. Oh yeah, consumables. I can actually... Hello, Hansu. 1 second, I'll be ready. I'm going to pull out some buffs I have from my shared storage real quick. The only one I could find in my shared storage, I probably mailed them to my bank all on accident, but at least I have a whole bunch of these, so I don't mind using plus 5% damage boost on something like this. But I also have like the 5% max morale and power, and also 5 or 10% tome of defense, but I think this one is actually the most important, it seems like, for this fight. We have tons of buffs going on. I can't believe my morale on my Warden, just compared to what I was at the start of level 100. Before I got the gear I have, which is still not anything amazing, but my morale is just up so much compared to what it used to be. I've also been upgrading my loyalty virtue, which has probably helped a little bit. It gives me maybe 1,000 morale or so now. Oh, looks like we're getting Captain Banner right here, unfortunately. Noble Merc. I wonder why they're using Noble Merc, the captain. I did not do a good job setting up for... Oh wow, this Hunter. They switched positions last time the Hunter was on the other side. Looks like the Runekeeper has that one stunned, all that. The Runekeeper did a good job with the ads, though, at least. I did not do a good job getting my gambit set up, so I will put Ranger Resounding Challenge in battle memory, and it looks like we have another Bloodwater, which I accidentally ignored. We have ads. This one was rooted just in time. Okay, I am getting puddles. I have the eye. Okay, I need to just move. I'll probably drop a couple extra puddles, but I need to move to be able to survive. Use a potion here. Again, I also have puddles again. But with the Dark Water chasing me. Oh, the Dark Water's not chasing me anymore. There we go. That actually turned out okay. Relatively okay. Wow, I had the Dark Water chasing me while we were getting more ads. That was not good. Okay. Got ads are good. I have the boss chasing me, of all things that are chasing me, and I just stepped into a bunch of puddles. Okay, that was not good. I think overall in the fight, we got all the waves of ads, though. So overall as a fight, it wasn't that great. The ending there, I think Naruhel did an AoE, one of the things we probably could have interrupted. And yeah, the Runekeeper, they actually just typed that in chat that they didn't have the do not fall. That was something I was a little bit curious when the Minstrel went down, what was going on there. Also, the Minstrel always stands on top of that thing. And sometimes I notice they're in puddles, so if they can out-heal that, that is all good. But I think we killed a Darkwater basically on the Minstrel. Or Bloodwater. I keep calling them Darkwaters, that's what everybody seems to call them, but they're Bloodwaters. Oh yeah, so they're actually talking about, I just brought it up, I didn't actually tell it to my kin, but talking about the positioning of the Minstrel. That's actually what they're going on about. I was thinking the Minstrel, they want to have a view of everybody. Oh, they actually just completely reset. Should... Yeah, so I'm actually curious, when I have run this before, you all can't see the Fellowship chat, I can actually show that. Usually there's Ken chat there is what is going on blocked, but that type of stuff. But usually when I have done this instance other times, is the tank will go near the altar there, and the healers and all the ranged people will stand just in various places, usually around the middle, but also spread out slightly for the puddles. And then... yeah, that's how we go about it. But as far as this group goes, we have been tanking more in the middle back of the room there, around that structure that I don't know what to call it. I guess they're calling it like a gazebo, it seems like, which it kind of is like a gazebo. And then the healer was standing on the altar, so maybe we'll do a little bit different positioning. But my task, no matter the positioning of the healer, the tank, the boss, all that type of stuff, and I forgot to use consumables because I always forget to eat before my fights. Well, apparently you can put the pets by the door and that will aggro the Darkwaters. Interrupt the boss, and then I need to do my wardeny stuff. I will actually put Ranger Sounding Challenge in battle memory. That is my #1 task that I sometimes forget to do. And now just go about regular DPSing. I can even go in melee. Somebody got an eye, and we have ads. I'll have to focus on this Kriyoth real quick. Okay, one's rooted. This is, I really need to be in melee stance, those animations are way too slow. I don't know what gambit I used, but it's not what I thought I had built up. Okay, so I have the boss aggroed right now. Maybe the captain, I don't know what reses they have or have not used, but maybe... I think I still have the boss aggro, that is why I'm running in this very weird path, also trying to avoid puddles. I really don't think there's all that much we can do, but I can slow the boss what I can, use my potions, try to survive, see if we have any reses up. I'm guessing we're out of reses. Alright, it's up to us three then. I don't know if the Runekeeper is here. It looks like they're alive, but I honestly have not seen them in a while. Okay, there we go. I assumed it was better to just wipe that. I still don't know where the Runekeeper actually went. They're apparently alive. Oh, they were running in the corner, I see. I was trying to keep that fight alive. I'm just surprised I was able to kite around, but the boss is slowable and I can just keep on moving. There we go. Wow, Zeph, it's almost like you're actually in our group. We're actually having this Runekeeper talk about the same thing, that the big dark water cannot be tanked. He just won't listen to force taunts, and yeah, that's exactly what we're going about. It sounds like they can still be tanked, just not with force taunts. Oh yeah, so I'm actually, okay. So this might have been covered, but the dark water can be tanked. It just is immune to force taunts. So the tank can run up and get aggro. I'm sorry if somebody said that though. Oh, so Bernie is in the same kin you're in, Zeph. Yeah, they can still get aggro, just can't force taunt. That is actually good to know. I've seen that kin around. I don't really know what they do, but I have seen that kin around. I guess more of a raiding type kin, if I had to guess. And really, the kins I randomly run into on the server, I really don't know what they do. I think Mirage is, at least within my kinship, the most famous raiding kinship. Most famous. I almost feel like famous is a bad word to call them, but the most well-known, perhaps. And then there is also extraordinarily inadequate, which I have seen around more recently. I don't really know what they do, either what type of kin they are. And then there's also there and back again, which I've always thought is the most popular kinship on this server, but I have seen so many people from extraordinarily inadequate lately that I just run into them. And unfortunately, Zeph, I have to agree with you that Mirage is famous in the wrong ways. I think that is why they are so well known and famous. I believe, I don't know if that same kin is on Arkenstone, maybe, if it's like the exact name, but I think there's something there that I kind of remember Mirage also being on Arkenstone before Nor came out, but I don't really know. I hope if my kin is famous that it's for a good reason, but because I am in the kin, I don't know what people out of the kin think of the kin. So I don't even know if it is known, well-known, not known at all to people, or what goes on with the Mithril League. And Raphael Wall, took a minute for your name to actually register what it was, but this is on Anor. See, this time we're getting the ads down pretty good. Okay, I'm going to run away and then I will drop some puddles. There we go. Probably could have still been hitting things while I had the eye on me. Okay, everything is down. That means I can take a minute to chill and get things going. So first, Resounding Challenge. Glor has the eye and he's standing very close to me. Barely I am out of the range of that. Okay, so get Resounding Challenge and Battle Memory, which I did, and I am rooted, so there's not all that much I can actually do right now. I also really want to try to save my Game at Masteries for when the ads come out, so I'm just completely ready to damage them. Okay, looks like the Runekeeper is going on the other one and the Hunter on this one. I will now use my root, and we got that. Unfortunately, the Dark Waters are still causing a little bit of issues. So get the unstable one. Actually, the unstable one is the only one left. Okay, so get Resounding Challenge and Battle Memory again. I'm actually going to go in melee stance so I can build these gambits faster, because it does seem like, as long as this one, I believe the one behind me should get killed pretty decently. which I think it did. I am running out of power, so I'll use a power potion. Oh, I can actually stun it. There we go. I can't believe I actually both remembered that and actually did end up using it. Okay, so was that the last wave of ads? I do believe it was. But I don't want to get overly excited. One more dark water. Oh, I pulled up the LOTRO store somehow. That caused a lot of lag. That was... I somehow pulled up the LOTRO store and that caused me a bunch of lag right there. I think if you press Shift S, and I was probably doing keybinds and trying to move back and do push to talk all at the same time, I pulled up the LOTRO store, which I don't think you all would have seen, but that was just bad timing. Hopefully I don't know, the Runekeeper is up, the Minstrel is up. The Minstrel does not have Do Not Fall. Yep. Oh, they got the Captain up, so they did have a combat res up this time. Just really gotta help our Pope. I can't really do too much helping, but hope they get the interrupts on Naruhel so they don't wipe us. So Bernie was talking about the interrupts actually in the Fellowship chat. I can show that again. There's nothing really going on with Ken chat. That's usually why I have that blurred, just for privacy. I also have Ken officer chat up on that usually, but yeah, as long as they interrupt with shield bash or smash or whatever. Also the boot for the warden, it would be the boot and shield slam. There's so many different names for the interrupts with, like, that's what they are: shield bash, smash, slam, that type of stuff. And I think the kick is the name of the captain one, if I remember correctly. I just have to sit back here and wait while dead. Oh no, the captain went down. Yeah, the captain went into all the puddles, it looked like. That's unfortunate, but hopefully they can still get through that. The main downside with something like that, with the captain going down, is the minstrel used their combat res on the captain. So as far as waiting for res cooldowns, it would be a very long time before the minstrels comes back up, I believe. I don't know the exact number of minutes though. I really am not sure with that. But this might be a slow fight. There's the Runekeeper, who is healing, maybe? It looks like they're healing. Oh no, and he just ran through the puddles and died. That is not good. Alright, as long as the Guardian can stay alive and the healer can heal. Oh, so yeah, he was out of range too. You can't say that again. I really should just leave this up, but that text is so small I don't even know if people in the stream can see it, but the Runekeeper that we just noted was healing and not DPSing for some reason. He was in too far away with all the puddles going down. I cannot click her. There we go. Okay, so the health of the boss almost at, oh no, the minstrel's almost down. That would not be good. Hopefully he can heal himself up. And the Guardian went down. I think that was, I'm guessing, one of the interruptible abilities. That was good progress. We just didn't quite get it. We get the ads down and then we die. That seems to be our strategy. Because 2 times now we have gotten all the ads down, but then just like had no DPS left or whatever to actually kill the boss. Alright, so I am doing good on my buffs. I will look at my vault just in case. I had the morale buffs. I'm going to put my virtue XP in here as well. Oh, I have this random level 100 jewelry that has a lot of... Okay, that's a tanky thing I don't want. And it has power, which is a wasted stat. I really feel like we need to get this done now. Yeah, I don't have... Okay, in my vault, I don't have any buffs. In my shared storage, this is where I used to keep all my buffs, like the attack damage one here, but I think I somehow sent those to my bank alt to put into my shared storage because I was running out of inventory space and I didn't really need it. So there's not too much I can use. I could give myself some 95 power. Out of combat would not be helpful. Scroll of Finesse, that is one thing. I'll take that out. I have a bunch of those, and usually I should be capped on Finesse where I shouldn't rely on that scroll, so something I can do. I think I am completely submerged in the water. Actually, my arm is not. That could just be the armor. I wonder if my arm is actually submerged in the water, but my weapons, of course, are not. I did not eat my consumables. I thought I did use all my consumables, but I did not. I've probably gone through like 10 of these today at the very least. But I hope, as far as the stream goes, I hope you all don't mind watching us just keep doing this and fail. I almost feel like failing is not a great thing to call this, but not quite succeeding. I do feel like we're making good progress in the fight. We do get some loot from the ads as a reward. Okay, I don't know why I'm putting this in battle memory, but apparently I am. Okay, ads. This guy's about to drop all of his things, and then I will hampering javelin. My cat really likes to pick the wrong time to come up here. Oh, I think I stepped just close enough that it like thought I was in the puddle. Okay, I'm going to drop the puddle here. Use potions. Oh, I thought I dropped the eye. Unless I got another eye. Okay, let me switch to range stance, that's where I should be. Okay, and then I will try to actually do this combination that I keep seeming to fail. We have ads. Whenever I see somebody, it looks like not shooting the ads. That is usually when I say that. It looks like the ads are down, so once again I'll put a resounding challenge in battle memory. Okay, it looks like I have the eye, so I will go here. Okay, I don't have the eye, so I can get out now. And I think I messed something up there. I don't know if I actually have potency going on. Okay, ads. Okay, switch to melee. It actually looks like that did work out. I did do things properly that time. Okay, this time I'm actually alive. I think this is the only time when those ads have been down that I've been alive like that. Thought there was one more set of dark waters, but maybe we got that. I just don't think I've seen them come out. I'm staying ranged. There they are. Okay, so we got the last set of dark waters. It took forever for them to come out, but that is okay. Oh, I can try to interrupt. I don't think I was able to interrupt her. This time we actually have some DPS up. I have the eye. Okay, let's let the eye go away. Somebody, the hunter, is walking like right towards me with the eye. I don't think I did a good job dropping that eye actually right there. Okay, I can switch to melee and do more damage, get more bleeds up. Oh, the tank has the eye, and I am rooted, but the boss is dead. We got tier 3 done. We got 2 spring leaves for that, so that's nice. I don't know if there's a deed for doing tier 3 once, but that would be nice. Does not look like it. But we have Naruhel the Cleansed. I don't know if that's actually what she's called, but I feel like, yeah, it's aid in the cleansing of the Red-maid, so that is what we were doing. That is the one on the thumbnail. We did actually see her twice already. But let's hope... Ooh, I got Naruhel Shawl. I actually cannot see that. I don't even know what it is. Shoulder pads, okay. Anyway, we got that done after, I don't know how long we've been trying on tier 3, but after a long time. Unfortunately, we got better loot from tier 1 and tier 2. Is anybody interested in the shawl? Okay, I'm going to look at something real quick. The thing with the shawl is, if I'm not interested in the Red-maid outfit in general, like, even though these are interesting shoulder pads, they're pretty unique, I might offer that for somebody in my group to roll, people that are more interested in cosmetics. If I can find my way out of the maze, I have to actually remember, I don't think, you might be able to go this way, but that's not the quickest way. Most optimal way out of the maze, I think it's this way. And it's where we go. But I want to check the barter. I think it's kind of funny we got better loot on tier 1 and tier 2 though. Like, we get the, I guess, progress with however many times you need to do tier 3 for the big reward, but still the no cloak drops on that. So here's the festivity token, and I don't think, yeah, it's just the crown, the vines, and oh, there is the shawl available for barter. Yeah, I will. Actually, do I still have the fellowship chat showing? So I can actually talk about that. Bernie, the person here who is a kinmate of Zeph in the chat, I actually do remember BB. I don't know if that's how you say that, maybe Bebe. I think BB would be how you say that name, B-E-B-E. But anyway, I think I have seen that person. It's been a long while since I've seen that, but anyway, that is what is going on with that. But yeah, I don't know that we will actually be doing anything else today because that is about our usual 2-hour events. And yeah, as far as the stats go, with the like 2 item levels higher, the stats really are negligible difference as far as doing the higher tiers. And it sounds like the drop rate is the same on each tier. So yeah, it's really unfortunate though that just like tier 3, that means we didn't get much else. Didn't get any cloak drops versus like tier 1 and tier 2, which were super easy. It almost, the main thing is it just feels like we're in a way unrewarded for that big triumph. But if I can stop hiccuping, which I seem to not be able to do, the spring festival, hold up, there we go, the coins for Naruhel, getting the wishful Naruhel essence flexion boxes and the virtue XP. If we do that 6 more times of doing that tier 3. But I feel like for our group, we did a great job, especially with a lot of the unoptimized setups, and it looks like I have some sort of something. Maybe not. I feel like I had some weird visual bug going on with my feet, but I'm not sure. But just to give some context for people that have maybe not been following too much or don't really know much about my kin and the people that play. Okay, the Guardian, I will say, he seems to have pretty decent gear, so nothing to complain there. How about the Warden? The Warden's very undergeared with a lot of different things. I don't even have my allies actually completely maxed out either. They're imbued. And that is about all. I still don't even have the remembrance on my Javelin. At least I have the DPS maximized on the Javelin. And that is, as far as where most of my damage comes from, I think pre-nerf of Shattered Javelins, most of my damage I would basically always be using the Javelin. And just like the the Minstrel, I don't know with his gear, but just for context, the gear and the composition of my group and the people that play and even their builds, and like just for example, the Captain's gear here, I just see like purple stuff and things like that, yellow stuff. So that's just some context on why something like this might be extra difficult for our group and like an extra big accomplishment, it seems like, to complete that compared to maybe some other groups. I know this fight though in general is tough for a lot of people though. There's a lot to repair here, but I wonder why I need to repair. I should have these subscriber buffs. I guess I had a bunch of stuff to repair for a while and just didn't. Don't want this pocket item. I don't know what I decided as far as the bracelets go for this character. I don't know what happened to my finesse. Now it's back up to the normal 28%. I don't know. Well, I have the scroll of finesse, which might add a little bit. This is mastery. Oh, maybe when I get the fate from the food buff, maybe that was giving me enough finesse to actually make a difference. I don't really know. I don't think anybody, I just actually remembered about the Naruhel shawl. I was going to trade that to somebody that wanted it, but nobody actually rolled for that. I did not see anybody, so I think we're just eventually dropping the group, but I'm thinking for the rest of the stream, I will probably do the Wildwood missions. I'm very excited to get back to Gondor and Central Gondor for this character. I'm really in the mood for that, but at the same time I also want to do the Wildwood missions. And to keep my excitement, I don't think I should totally try to burn out on the Warden and do too much as far as the Gondor content goes. Okay, spring wine. I don't know where the spring wine is going, but I will try to actually do this quest, even though I thought I already completed it the first time I did that. Or I'm bringing more wine. Maybe that's the thing. There we go, because I did do this earlier, but I guess I just had to actually bring more wine, not just the one wine. Sounds good. Oh, there's a travel. I don't know if I want to do that now, but for the Spring Festival, I wanted to take one final look at the rewards. Mainly the cosmetic armors. I have no idea what emote that was. Mock, apparently? Oh, yeah. That was the last thing I was going to bring up. Nobody actually rolled for that, but Ardeth finally did. For the shawl. Yeah, I said that a while ago, so I was about to bring it up again. I was like, I guess nobody wants it. Okay, I believe we would have to trade it, and I cannot mail it, but if nobody else wants that, I am at the festival grounds right now, if you can get here, maybe. I like this outfit. It looks like a Halloween outfit. Oh, I think it's like 50 minutes or something, so you have a while. But this outfit on this Lore Master, Poison, let's see, it's this one, I think. It looks like a Halloween type outfit for like the Harvest Math Festival, Gown of Autumn Nights. I kind of like that one. It's not something I would really wear. This is an example. It's an outfit I do like, but just with the whole dress type thing, I probably would not wear it for my characters. But I also like the hat with that. It is just thick quilted hat. Wow. Yep. Let's see, so I'm waiting for the captain to get here so I can trade the Naruhel shawl. While they're getting here, I can continue the festive... Oh yeah, I want to look at the cosmetics. That's why I keep forgetting. I need to keep myself on track, but it looks like I need in total 75 of these, so I'm like three leaves short. Yeah, did you all want to do that one tonight? Okay. Yeah, those are different. The Bee's Big Business is just a festivity instance. You get some tokens, and I think it chains out like a couple leaves. They are in... Let me find where they are. They're in a weird spot. I think they're listed in War of Three Peaks for some reason. Yeah, I really have no idea why they're listed in War of Three Peaks, because they're completely unrelated to War of Three Peaks, so it's a little bit odd, but they're listed there. I really don't know that, so for people in the stream, these instances have absolutely nothing to do with War of Three Peaks. This is actually something I talked about in my Concerns for Wildwood video, because they were listed in War of Three Peaks, but all you need is Wildwood for them. And they have absolutely nothing to do with War of Three Peaks. The only thing is that like Tier 2 and Tier 3 is level 130, and we're kind of in the War of Three Peaks mini expansion era, is what I am guessing. But they actually have more to do with the Minas Morgul content because of the raid gear upgrades. Anyway, I need 3 more spring leaves, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I don't think the captain is here yet. They're still doing some festival stuff, I believe. Okay, if I can actually find where I'm going, I want to find 5 more wandering elves. I actually like this maze. It's a fun little thing for me to go through. I definitely get why people want to look at maps and just go through it very quickly, but I like the kind of immersiveness actually of going through the maze without that. Oh, I see you, I think. Yep. Yeah, I like the way that outfit looks. Yeah. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong buttons trying to trade. There we go. One minute. No problem. I figured I would. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use that.
What can I do for you?
Oh wow, really? So apparently that thing I just traded her, the shawl, is actually not really visible on the Tom Bombadil outfit. One thing I've noticed is sometimes it bugs out and you can actually see the NPC, the icons on the minimap, which is actually convenient for trying to find stuff. But what I am doing really quick with the maze is just trying to find either the Wandering Elves or the Reprimand the Tweens. And I don't know after this how much of the Spring Festival I will do. Probably will do like Naruhel more with my kin, maybe Bee's Big Business every once in a while. But as far as cosmetics that I really want, I don't think there's all that much armor. There might be some pieces that are nice, but one problem I run into is I like full sets of cosmetic armor, and unfortunately there does not seem to be any of that with the Spring Festival, or even not even like necessarily completely full sets. But enough so that I don't really have to hunt out other random pieces, which I could do. It's just actually putting in the time and effort into trying to find that stuff. So, oh, so the tweens show up on the map and the elves don't. Yeah, I kind of noticed the elves weren't showing up, and that is apparently what is going on. It's just the tweens. I need to reforge, it looks like. Just a random thing I like to open my inventory, and that was the first thing I noticed. So we'll reforge there. I almost feel like it's a waste of like actual silver, gold, that type of stuff too. Oh, there, that would help if I actually select the one. But I feel like it's almost a waste of silver to go through all the reforging and things like that. Hello, Jonathan Amos. And you think I am amazing. Could definitely agree with me being amazing, especially right now. But amazing is even better. Oh, I thought for some reason she would get deactivated, but it was just like a temporary thing, it seemed like. Okay, so as far as finding wandering elves, I think I need to go to the corner I seem to always somehow accidentally avoid. So we will go up here to the right. Also could use F10 to select things like this. Like I can actually target that wandering elf. I don't know if it's one I need, but for anybody that doesn't know, the keybind to select like NPCs and cycle through them, it's kind of like the NPC version of tab as F10. So that's something I can do here, and I will target, for example, this wandering elf that I need. And this is the one, I know the first time I went through this, that's the one I believe I got last. And I don't know which ones I have already gotten, so I feel like the east side is where I have not been too much. So we'll try to get one more wandering elf. Try to wander my way in to a wandering elf. And this, I believe, takes you to the exit, if I remember correctly, which probably no wandering elves here. Not targeting any, at least. Actually, this is a random thing, but I don't remember the first thing I put in the title. We've basically done the Spring Festival in Naruhel. I will be getting to the Wildwood missions, but that is one problem I have. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a test of different types of like thumbnails and things like that as far as streams go. That's a little bit unrelated, but there are a lot of streams where I just don't really have anything too specific planned. Like today, I didn't really know what we would do with Naruhel. For all I know, we could have just done tier 1 and tier 2 and spent like half an hour in that, and then had to have filled the other time with other stuff. And when I'm not streaming like with something with a particular focus, like even some of those Wildwood prep streams I did, it would just be like basically anything goes. Which with the YouTube format of having to title the streams different things, make different thumbnails for each stream, there are some difficulties with that with me. I really don't know this last wandering elf. I always seem to be able to get 5. That is at least the 2 times I have done this quest. Or 1 and 5/6 times I have done this quest. That is usually the issue. And I thought I hadn't gone to the east side too much. I got the one in the southeast. I got one in the general east. Targeting tons of townspersons now. I wonder if I've been to the northwest. I probably have. And then the southwest, I feel like I've been there as well. And got one there. There are 6, so it's not like there's going to be one at each corner specifically. I cannot tell if this is one I have gotten. But just because I see a wandering elf here, I will go to that one. Even though I do believe this one, yeah, I have done that one. There's also, okay. Oh, that's actually just an open path there. But anyway, with these streams, I'm going to be testing something a little bit different as far as like thumbnails go. Especially, the thumbnails is actually the big issue rather than the stream titles. But it's just something kind of like today when I don't really know exactly what's going to be going on. This is like Wildwood, Spring Festival, Naruhel the Red-maid, and that type of stuff. I basically put everything that's possible to go on, but maybe people who want to watch think I might be doing Wildwood questing. It's a little bit odd with that. Even though with the Spring Festival and Naruhel, that is all Wildwood update stuff that was added with the Wildwood update 29. Alright, this corner I have not been to too much. I'm actually hoping this Wandering Elf. Although I feel like I've been to this Wandering Elf, I just feel like that corner I was going down hadn't been to too frequently. We'll eventually find this Wandering Elf. Alright, unfortunately not in this corner. I feel like, again, that was the one corner that I had not been to. Let's try the northwest. See if I can go to the northwest corner. Hello, Scratchy Skull 7. You have another exam that you're finishing. You have finally reached the stream. Glad you went to the stream. The stream after you finished your exams again, though. See if... Okay, did that one. I am keyboard turning and all sorts of things because I have my right hand on the F10 key and I'm just like repeatedly... Oh no. I was actually kind of hoping with this Wandering Elf that I somehow missed it earlier. Okay, so I've basically checked. I think I have found 4 or 5 Wandering Elves again, but they're all the ones I already have. This one, I believe, is also one I checked quite a while ago. I think this one you have to go... Maybe you don't have to go this way. Let's see. Let me go this way. Let's see if I have to get to it over here. I believe this is a dead end. Oh, actually it is not. Yeah, this one I don't need. I thought I already checked this one off. And the problem even at this point, if I just like pulled up a map, I believe there are maps at least of this hedge maze. Ooh, there are 2? This one I've already gotten, but even if I pulled up a map, I do not know which ones I have and have not gotten. I think that captain, that's the person in the kin. They have the same Illumined hound that I do. I really like this hound. But yeah, if I pulled up a map, because I have run around so much, actually I targeted 2 there, let me see. F10. Targeted something else before I targeted this one, but I will check this one again. Oh, this actually is the one I need. There was another one in the southeast corner, I guess, but we finally got it. That took way too long. And it's always the 2 times I've done this now. It's always the last one that takes forever. And I guess I will have to keep in mind maybe there are 2 in the southeast corner because I already got one around that area. And when I went there, I just mentioned that I targeted 2 briefly. And then there was another one there, even though I think this is the way for the exit, but yeah, that was way too long that it took. I don't really know how long it took, but it seemed like it took forever. I feel like I was wandering around for like 15 minutes, so I'm actually curious if it did take me that long or not. But anyway, we got that done. I can turn in the Tweens quest, get the Spring Festival box, which I don't even know. That gave 2 spring leaves, okay. I don't know why that quest gives you a box instead of just like the spring leaves directly. Maybe it's a little bit of an RNG thing. Looks like, oh yeah, that's the travel now instance that I will not be doing. But as far as barter goes, the big reason we did that is so I can get this, and this. And I can go ahead and consume these. And that means, for my war steed, that I have some new appearances that may not match any of my outfits or anything. That's the main reason I'd be like hesitant to do this, but I now have the spring outfit. Which I'm not even sure I'm the biggest fan of this, but I feel like it's the most appealing thing. I don't know what the other one was. Is headpiece, saddle, okay. So we should have a spring, there it is. Spring saddle to go with all that. But yeah, it's not the most exciting war steed appearance to me, but out of all the things available for barter, it is what interests me the most, I think, overall. It's not bad looking. If I had actually like green armor that can match that a little bit, I would definitely like it. I don't think this character really has anything that goes quite with that though, unfortunately. Actually, the blue one somehow does to me a little bit. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to take a brief AFK, and then we will switch gears to do some Wildwood missions, I think, for the rest of the stream. I don't know that I will do all the Wildwood missions, but it seems likely that I will, and I'm still in the Discord. Nobody is in there, so no issues with audio or anything. But yeah, I will, if this ever gets back to working. I have to use the restroom. And there we go. But I will do the Wildwood missions on my hunter because he is the one with most of my tokens, and I am actually interested a lot more in those rewards. So that will be next. And again, I don't know if I will do all the Wildwood missions. That is something we'll have to look at and see how long it takes. But I feel like as I've been running them, I've been getting a little bit quicker with that. So potentially I will actually run them all, but I will be back in a minute if this character ever decides to log in. I don't know, I'll just put my AFK message up and go ahead and go. If I can find my AFK message, there it is. Okay, so I actually take that back about the Spring Festival. The elk. I keep forgetting about the elk, but that is a potentially interesting thing for my hunter to get. I don't remember if the spring leaves are account bound. If they are, that would be nice. Or if the elk, if I bartered it, it would be account bound and I could send that to my hunter here. But this is the character I'd probably be most interested in that on. Even though my hunter, as I've mentioned a lot, is not... Are these account bound? Random thing. I thought they were, and they are. Okay. But I need to go to Trestle Bridge. And yeah, the elk is another potentially interesting thing for me to actually barter for from the Spring Festival. So I keep forgetting about that. And it is the remaining thing that is of most interest to me. I really do see tons of people from Extraordinarily Adequate now. But what I'm thinking I will do, let me see what I have to barter. And I believe the cap for this currency is 500, so don't need to worry about that. I think my biggest interest actually is not the steed anymore. So as far as stuff to barter for, maybe the Cloak of Stutwarden. But at the same time, the Cloak of Stutwarden, for that, actually the medium Cloak of the Wildwood. Yeah, that is the same-ish. There's a slightly different pattern, okay. This almost looks like, kind of like a moth. I don't know if anybody else gets the idea of that from this cloak, but it looks kind of like a moth's wings to me. That's kind of odd. But for most of my characters, I actually like having non-cloak back items, at least the characters I seem to play recently. My Warden and Hunter are my two most recently played characters. Other classes I would like cloaks, but that's not the most interesting thing. The pickaxe is actually of interest to me. I just don't know exactly who I would like that on. It would be like a champion guardian type thing to me, maybe. Don't really know hunter, but I'd like that. Construction hammer, unfortunately, is just too small for me to have much interest in it. It is construction hammer. Probably won't expect it to be too huge. I feel like it would be a little bit bigger than that. Hammers, I definitely think usually are bigger. That seems extra short, at least, for the handle. But otherwise, there's the jewelry. I don't know. I have to actually check. I'm guessing this would be very good for my Warden, actually. That's a lot of physical mastery, and as we saw with the gear, that'd probably be something good. So yeah, as far as general stuff goes though, the mount could be nice on other characters. Tinny, almost. The name is almost tiny. I like clicking random people just like seeing their name. So anyway, the point of this all is I will probably do, let's see, how am I doing on weeklies for missions for this character? Oh, this is stuff I should have planned out, honestly, before this stream, but again, this was an anything goes type stream, so I should do something. I don't remember locked down. Mine's a, oh, that one, okay. Let's, how about attack on caught fast? We'll just do something. We'll do a fun one to start, see if it has anything good for me here.
What can I do for you?
As much as I like the Warden, playing the Hunter and especially doing the Wildwood preparation streams made me super interested in my Hunter again. And I've talked about this a few times now, just on my channel variously, that the Hunter used to be my third most played class. It used to be something I always enjoyed, but I noticed after level 105, even before Mordor though, I noticed I stopped playing my Hunter as much compared to other characters. And I think one problem is my Hunter was my third character to get up to the Rohan-ish level. And that was a problem because I don't enjoy the Rohan and the whole worsty mounted combat, that type of stuff. Oh, there's a lot going on here. It's a big transition from what we were doing earlier to doing like landscape analysis missions, but landscape-like content. I believe these guys are summoning NPCs. I guess that is their twist for this mission. Oh, that was all very slow fights for me. But this mission, I have to click 20 things, so it's actually one of these slower missions, I feel like, as far as Wildwood goes. Looks like I got a sword. I think it'll be interesting. Sword of the Suffering. 700 crit rating. If I did not need charity rank 6, I would probably use that for the crit rating. Yeah. Unfortunately, it requires charity 6, and that is a virtue I don't want to get up. I believe I have that virtue up a little bit on accident. That was more spillover virtue XP that ideally would have gone to a more useful virtue such as wit for this character. And it looks like I have enough virtue XP on this character that I have to actually think about the third thing I want to earn. Confidence can be good for critical rating. I do know that. As far as physical mastery goes, I believe Valor would be the best, and that would give a little bit of finesse and crit rating and the such. Determination, that would... So determination, actually thinking about it, that gives 31 physical mastery in total and 12 crit rating. It also gives like actually 16 crit rating technically, but I think Valor would be the third option for me as far as this Hunter goes, so I will go ahead and select that earning. The main thing is I'd have to actually compare Valor and Confidence. So, in my experience, one point of physical mastery usually is better than 1 point of critical rating. These have the same finesse. Also, the crit rating from Valor over the evade rating from Confidence would be nice. So when thinking about something like this, usually I would rather the physical mastery, even though if we compare percents, I would equate roughly 1%, 1% crit rating to 2% physical mastery. So percent-wise, if these increase the percentages is of like critical rating and physical mastery by the same amount, then in that case I would rather the critical rating, because that would be like 1-to-1 instead of 2-to-1. If that makes any sense. So essentially 1% crit rating is roughly approximately similar to 1% physical mastery. I still don't think I said that right. Unfortunately, this is taking me way longer to actually get my word straight here. 1% crit rating to 2% physical mastery, but 1 crit rating I think is worse than 1 physical mastery rating, because the 1 physical mastery rating will increase the physical mastery percent by a greater amount than the critical rating. Enough so that I would rather the 1 point of physical mastery, even though if they increase the percent by the same amount, I would rather the critical rating. In short, I feel like I wasn't making much sense, so I probably over-explained it and repeated myself too many times there, but just wanted to actually make sure I said it properly at the end. I'm actually doing good with this mission. All that stat talk has made this mission go by quickly, at least to me. And that's just, again, about the physical mastery and crit rating. That is my experience in general. There are a lot of things with the stat curves in LOTRO and potential diminishing returns that could change that. And even perhaps different levels that affects the things differently, but that is in general my experience. The 1 point of physical mastery would be better than 1 point of critical rating. And that is why I am choosing Valor over Confidence, in short. So I need 2 more caged animals to free. It's actually one thing I like about this zone is you are freeing a lot of animals. I have been very concerned with some parts of Wildwood that I'd be like killing animals like that, but that has not been the case. You are freeing them. The big game animals, though, those are the ones you can just hunt and kill. You even have a deed for that. Okay, and then 1 more, stolen goods. There it is. I am getting oddly hungry. Just like a random thing at 9:30 at the end of a stream. Need to return, okay, to the western entrance. I guess it's been long enough since I've done these Wildwood missions. I feel like I, at a point, was so used to all of them that I like automatically knew that's where I needed to go. Okay, I'm thinking I will actually do 1 more mission, then wrap up with this stream. Not just because I'm hungry, but I feel like it'd be a good point just about to get it wrapped up with considering my character's progress and what I have to do and all that as well. So I'll turn that in, and then I think the Trestle Bridge ambush could be fun. I don't remember exactly which one this is, but that sounds like a fun one. Maybe we'll do the Spalfing just because that is such a quick mission. I'll do this and then do Spalfing. But to go ahead and do some wrapping up type stuff, for future content, on Friday, I believe my kin will be doing Wildwood instances, so I might actually combine in the Wildwood instances. They aren't actually in Wildwood, but we already talked about this a little bit. They're actually in the Warp 3 Peaks tab on the instance panel, which is odd. Even though they were released with Wildwood, but they have nothing to do with either of the 2 updates / mini expansions. So I think we will run those on Friday, and I am honestly not sure if I will get to streaming that, but if I do, I may combine it with like Gondor questing or something on my Warden. I do have to do 1 more questing set on my Warden, 1 more like questing stream on my Warden and Gondor before Sunday, because Sunday my kin will be doing the Gondor roving threats, and I'd like to get Central Gondor done with that, so I can get all those roving threat quests for Central Gondor on my Warden. You have to complete the storyline, the zone quest that is, for Central Gondor to unlock the roving threats quest. So that would be good on my Warden. And yes, Zeph Jansen, I agree with you that those instances should be listed in the other tab. That was a pretty big crit from Split Shot, about 4.9k. At least seems like a pretty big crit. I don't have my... There are a lot of things I can do on my Hunter as far as streams go. I feel like I've become too attached to this character because I talk about it a lot on him. That he is not really intended to be a long-term character. The only reason I leveled him up was to do Wildwood on level. But both in my Wildwood preparation streams and actually doing Wildwood, I've become attached to this character where I want to do this content It's just for me a little bit of a struggle for a character like this, knowing that they're only of like temporary use in a way. Because if I continued him and continued questing on him and did stuff I like, that would be fine. There's no issue with that. But I would want to continue to doing stuff after all that fun stuff that I would do, which includes Rohan. And I would ideally do West Rohan for the trait points and all that. And also this character, I probably would not play a hunter all that much at endgame. So there's also that. He'd probably just be like a level cap character to be level cap, which is okay as well, but it's just a little bit of a struggle for me to keep myself invested in this character when I know he will likely become abandoned, unfortunately, but maybe that's the way it is with characters. I like playing alts and I like doing different things on them, but I don't know if it's a little bit of a change in my style or what I am doing, but I feel like I actually have more trouble leveling alts up to the cap compared to what I used to, or just like repeating questing on them. Probably also because I'm just so slow and have so many things going on with LOTRO anyway, I just don't really have the time to invest into alts is an issue as well. And again, with the hunter, if I had a hunter and warden equally geared at the level cap ready to run endgame content, I would 99% of the time probably choose warden. And the only reason I would really use my hunter, I would guess, is for like dailies. Like after I've completed whatever I can complete on my warden, I would then do that on my hunter. But again, there is the whole lack of time thing to actually do that sort of investment, I think. But even with all that, I still feel like in the meantime I can do the fun stuff on this hunter, basically. I was thinking about doing the book quest on him, all the I didn't get my loot, but that is the big thing about doing these missions, is the loot. You don't have to worry about reputation. Did that say, okay, that said 335. I thought for a brief moment that said like 2,000 physical mastery, which would have been absolutely crazy at this level. Let's see how I am doing. Okay, so I have 179. Don't really care too much about that. But now that we are on the last mission, I talked a little bit about future content. And first, Wizco has a joke for me. What's the difference between a cacti and an icact? I am not really sure. But cacti would be plural. So I don't know that a cacti makes much sense. Not that an icact makes much sense anyway. But as far as future content, just briefly, I will have another Ward and Gondor stream. I'm still going to try to get my Wildwood review for Friday, but the reality is tomorrow is Thursday, and I have basically done no work on that. Oh, so the difference is cact. That makes sense. That is actually a decent one, Wizco. It's more of an unexpected one, I think, but it definitely makes sense. There's also a space, though. And then, yeah, so covered future content. Sunday, at the very least, Sunday will be the Roving Threat stream. That is the plan right now. And then I will also do another Gondor stream before that, and we'll see what other content I can actually have time and do, such as the Wildwood review, which I am working on, as in have not worked on and actually done anything for yet. And then after, this is a nice loading screen. I feel like that's a good part of Wildwood. You just see the trees blocking a lot of stuff, and then off in the distance, there's more open lands and stuff. And it's even the two types of trees. I don't really know that those are oaks, but that type of tree and these are more pine tree type. My loading screens have been very slow today. I don't know if you all have noticed that, but that has been a thing. I don't know if my disk, if there's something with that or something with LOTRO. My disks aren't really being used too much. So there's nothing like from that would be blocking my loading time as far as I know. But anyway, also as a little bit of a review, we did Naruhel the Red-maid, a little bit of Spring Festival stuff. We did get Tier 1 and Tier 2 done for Naruhel. And then we spent a lot of time on Tier 3 and eventually got that done. That was a big accomplishment. We got 2 cloaks overall as a group. 1 on Tier 1, 1 on Tier 2, 0 on Tier 3. So that was a little bit unfortunate. The thing we worked the hardest on is the one we happened to not get any loot. And I don't even know if I'll finish this loading screen before I finish the stream, because that is basically it. We did 3 Wildwood missions on this hunter, which maybe I'll be able to turn in the last one. I don't know, maybe when I log in on this character again, I'll just have one available for turn in, which I probably should bank these up. If I don't plan on repeating them, I could just actually complete them but not turn them in. So then when I get like the new weekly to do missions, I'll just have a bunch ready to turn in. That is actually a viable strategy that I think can be helpful sometimes. But yeah, that is it for the stream, all I have. And it's very awkward to be ending on a loading screen, but as far as the stream goes and all we did there, I hope you all did enjoy it. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.